Hi there. So you've built something from scratch. You've weathered storms, you've made tough calls, and you've sacrificed family time for your business. And now you're thinking, what's next? My name is Chris McClure, and for 30 years, I've helped hundreds of business owners transition to their next chapter. And I've noticed something important. The happiest ones, they don't just cash out, they actually find something new that gives them purpose. Take Mike, for example. He sold his company for 8 figures and planned to play golf and live the dream. And 3 months later, his wife found him at the kitchen table late at night, restless and unfulfilled. It turns out retirement wasn't as fulfilling as building a company. See, Mike started mentoring young entrepreneurs. It turns out retirement wasn't as fulfilling as building a company. So Mike decided to make a change. Mike started mentoring young entrepreneurs at a local university. Soon he was helping startups get funding and becoming an advisor. 6 months later, he told me, now I get to experience building again without worrying about making payroll. And here's the thing, when you sell your business, you're not just losing a job, you're losing part of your identity. And for decades, when someone asked what you do, you had an answer. Your business wasn't just your work, it was part of who you were. One of my clients, Sarah, felt this after selling her manufacturing business. For 23 years, she'd been Sarah the CEO, and she had a packed calendar. Then suddenly, it was silence. She told me, I kept checking my phone, but there was nobody calling me. And everything changed for Sarah when she joined a cancer nonprofit's board. Cancer had affected her family, and she really wanted to give back. This charity was doing important work, but they were struggling financially. Sarah actually suggested restructuring their volunteer program. And within a year, she helped them double their impact while cutting costs. She told me, I'm using the same skills. Now it's just for a different purpose. So now I want to talk to you about relationships. Consider how many family moments you might have missed while building your company. The fact is, the most fulfilled former business owners that I work with use their newfound freedom to reconnect with the people who matter most. Jeff, who built a construction company with 200 employees, realized after selling that he barely knew his wife of 30 years. Their conversations had become mostly about work, logistics, kids, and so he created this idea. He created what he called a relationship renewal plan. It was experiences, things that they wanted to do that he had postponed for decades. They learned Italian cooking in Italy. They took up new hobbies together. And he told me, rebuilding my relationship is more rewarding than managing the contractors. Eventually, the question shifts from what am I actually building to what I leave behind. The most fulfilled former owners think beyond money. They think beyond money to their true legacy. Robert sold his healthcare company at age 62 and started a scholarship program. It was a scholarship program for first-generation college students in his struggling hometown. At the first award ceremony, a student came up to him and thanked him for believing in people like me. Robert gave me a phone call afterward, and he said, this is more meaningful than any business achievement. And 5 years later, his program has sent 37 students to college. And many of those kids are coming back to help with the community. You see, he built a different kind of wealth. The kind that doesn't show up on a balance sheet, but provides fulfillment for him. So if you're considering a transition, if you're thinking about selling your business, or maybe you even already sold it, ask yourself, what's your next mission? How will you define yourself beyond your former business? What relationships deserve your investment now? What legacy do you want to create? And like I said, the most fulfilled business owners, they don't see selling as the finish line. They see it as a starting point for very meaningful work. My name is Chris McClure, and I help successful business owners navigate life after business in a way that brings meaning, hopefully it brings purpose, and it brings fulfillment. If you like this video, please feel free to like it, send it to some of your friends or family, or feel free to sign up for a conversation or for a chat in the calendar link below. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you in the next one.